girls, and welcome back to Virtual Art Class. Now, this week we're going to be talking about something super special because next week there's actually going to be a national holiday that we're all going to be celebrating, and we are actually out of school next week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for this special holiday. Do you know what that day is? Drum roll. Thanksgiving! That is right, is the holiday of Thanksgiving where we are thankful and we take time to appreciate our friends and family and everything that we have here. Now, this is a holiday that is only celebrated in America where we live. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story and the history of Thanksgiving, and then we are going to be drawing our own Thanksgiving turkey, okay? So, a long, long time ago, there were people called the Pilgrims who lived in a very far away country, and they wanted to start a new life. So what they did is they got on a boat and sailed across the ocean and landed where we live right now, in America. And they had to build all new homes, they had to learn how to grow their own food, they had to start all over again, which is very, very hard. And they weren't really that good at growing that much food, and so there was not a lot of food. People were getting kind of sick. It was a very, very hard time. But luckily, there were people that already lived in America before the Pilgrims came over, and those people are called Native Americans. Now, the Native Americans have been living here in America for a long, long time, and they already had a special type of house that they would live in, special clothes that they knew how to make. They knew how to grow their own food, and they loved to grow corn, which is a very special type of food. So what they did is the Native Americans taught the Pilgrims how to grow more food and how to live in America. So what they did is at the end of the harvest season in the fall, they all came together and had a big feast to celebrate all they were thankful for their new lives here in America. So that's just a very, very short version of our Thanksgiving story, and now it is time to get drawing, okay? All right, so you're gonna need a paper and pencil and everything in front of you. I'm just using a marker today to make sure that you can see it, but we're gonna be drawing our own Thanksgiving turkey. Okay, so what we're gonna start off with our turkey is we need to start off with the head. So I'm gonna start up here in this corner, and I'm gonna draw a nice circle. I'm not going to make it too big, but I'm not going to make it too small, because what I want to do is I want to make sure that my turkey is big enough that it takes up this whole piece of paper. So right now, this is about a little bit the size of my fist. It might be a little bit bigger than your fist because your hands are a little bit smaller, but it should about be in this top corner right here, and that's going to be our head. And now we need to draw the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another circle, a big circle, right towards the bottom of my head right here. I'm making sure he's a big fat turkey. I want to make sure he's nice and big. So I'm going to make a nice big circle at the bottom. So this is going to be his head, and this will be his body. But I made sure to leave some space around it so we can add some details, okay? Now the next thing we're going to add is there's this very special thing on turkeys. It's this little skin right here. And I believe it's called a snoot or a wattle, and it's this little weird skin thing right here. So we're gonna draw that real quick. I like to do it like a little W, but if it, instead of a pointy W, you can make it kind of like a curve, just like that. And it's this special thing that turkeys have, so you can recognize them easier. And they're usually the color red, so we'll color that later. Okay, so that's gonna be the little wattle. And now we need to add some wings. So I'm gonna go towards the bottom right here, and I'm gonna do a line and then two little curves. These are gonna be like the feathers of the wing. There we go. He's got a wing right there. All right, I'm gonna go inside the circle this time and add a second wing. I'm gonna do a line and curve, curve, curve. There we go. Just like that, and that's going to be our second wing, just like that. And make sure you have these little edges at the bottom because those are the feathers. Okay, we've got the wings, and now we need to add the tail feathers, which is going to be around behind him because they're pretty big feathers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm almost going to be making rectangles, but they're going to be kind of curved rectangles. My paper is not really big enough. They might go off your paper if that's okay. All right, I'm gonna start right here and go curve. Instead of making your rectangle have pointy edges, I'm just making them nice and curved, and I'm putting them right next to each other, just like this. Making them nice and big, and these are gonna be his tail feathers. Boop. I'm gonna go behind the head. I'm gonna jump over here. There we go. Because we need to make sure the tail feathers are behind him. Okay. Once you've added your tail feathers that go all the way behind him, you can add a little bit of detail on there, and maybe you want to add some stripes or something on there. Just for a little detail. Just for some fun. You can add some stripes. Maybe you want to add some zigzag lines. That's okay too. But I just want it to stand out a little bit more. So I'm just putting a few lines on mine. Perfect. Okay. All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that he has some feathers on his body too. I want to make sure that you know that. So I'm going to add some more little scalloped little waves right here, right on his body. So you know that these are also more of his feathers, just like that. Okay. I also need to draw his feet before I forget. So I'm going to draw 2 lines going straight down. 1, 2, and then I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 lines at the bottom, and these are going to be his feet. 1, 2, 3. There you go. You can see those are going to be his little turkey feet. Okay. All right, we're almost done. We need to add the face though. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add 2 little dots for the eyes. 1, boop, 2. There we go. And we need to add a beak. And so what would be a good shape for our beak? Triangles. I'm going to add a triangle right here pointing down. And that's going to be his little turkey beak. All right, there we go. We have finished the outline of our turkey. Just like that. Good. And now I'm going to go off camera really fast and I'm going to color in my turkey. Remember, coloring, you need to make sure that you stay in the lines. It needs to be neat. We spent all this time drawing our turkey out, and now it's time to color him in. All right, I'll be back in just a second, okay? All right, boys and girls, are you ready for my big turkey reveal? It looks absolutely awesome when it's all colored in. All right, ready? Yay! Look how sweet that looks. Okay, so when we're coloring our turkeys are brown. So I made his body and his face brown, but you can color his tail feathers any kind of colors you want. When I think of Thanksgiving, I think of a lot of warm colors. And remember, our warm colors are red, orange, and yellow. So I decided to make his tail feathers red and orange. And his little skin thing right there is red too. So I thought it all looked really good together. So remember, you color your turkey brown and you can color your tail feathers any color you want, okay? I also, if you had extra time, make sure you color the background too. I did this really light blue color. So just, it stands out really nice, okay? All right, that is it. Our Thanksgiving turkey is done. Remember to take a picture of it and post it onto Schoology so I can make sure that you did your work, okay? And save everything that you make with me. And I will see you all next week, okay? All right, bye.